Welcome to another episode of Racing to Learn. We're a nonprofit that gets kids excited about math and science. We are taking a look at two trucks today. We've got our Redcat Kaiju on the bench, as well as parts of our Team Co Rally Dementor. Now, we had high hopes for getting this brand new 7075 tuning chassis on our Dementor, but we found a broken part when we were removing the front assembly, the front drivetrain here. You can see the upgraded 7075 steering rack in there, but this piece here is going to be the next part that we replace. You can see the fracture here. This is where the captured nut goes. There's a nut that goes in there, which is pretty nice instead of having it thread into a plastic piece. But you really want to get the aluminum piece here. You can actually see the cutouts here for the carbon fiber reinforcements. Of course, the upgraded chassis is going to help with less bending, but we actually didn't even notice any bending in the front of the chassis, which is a little bit hard because of the natural angle built into here. That's called the kick up angle. That's for bump steer, essentially when the tire hits something. If the chassis were flat, it would affect the steering a lot more. It'd actually turn the tires a lot more. That's why there's an angle built in to reduce that bump steer. So, because of this broken part, we are not going to be able to take this to the track tomorrow. Also, the rear assembly, just wanted to show you. You can always reference the playlist in the video description for the Dementor, but also the rear of the chassis. This brace we had already upgraded to the 7075. It actually sheared in the front, and also where it attaches to the rear suspension. I'm not sure why this is two separate parts. This is actually one piece bolted into another piece. I'm not sure why those are two separate parts, but they both broke. So we're going to need to replace both of those. And that coincided with the rear of the chassis bending upwards. So that's more understandable. It fractured here and here during the bending of that rear chassis. So anyways, we're going to continue the build of the Dementor. So check back with us, hit that subscribe button to stay tuned to the latest developments on that vehicle. We'll move these pieces to the side here, and we'll continue working on our Kaiju because we did get some replacement parts. You could see that bumper shouldn't be facing at that angle, and that is due to the bumper supports, these two right here being broken, as well as the skid plate underneath being broken. So this part just completely sheared off. We put this Kaiju through its paces, but these front two supports that you see here that go through these two screws, that's just kind of a natural breaking point here. So I don't think there has been any aftermarket companies that have addressed this. This is the brand new front bumper assembly replacement, part number RER12454. So we'll get that open here. I don't think they have revised this design at all, but it would be nice if the aftermarket like T-Bone would come up with a better solution. So even having this as a single piece, I don't know why they had two bars here. I guess it helps when it comes to the absorbing the shock there, and we even put in a piece of high density foam to keep this from moving too far back. But the real problem is, you could see here, let me get a closer angle, is that the eyelets there, the screw just ripped out of those eyelets. So having some more material in the back, yeah, actually I guess if this was a single piece, that wouldn't really help either, because it would still tear out of the back, or that's at least what happened to us. Anyways, I'm not a mechanical engineer. So we will take off both of these pieces. One of our fellow YouTubers built his own, I believe, out of like a high HDPE, high density polyethylene. You know, basically material, same material that a lot of cutting boards are made out of. So that was a consideration for us. We're gonna give this one more go. This particular bumper lasted, you know, more than a couple runs, so we'll see what happens with the new ones. Now, Razor RC also has one of these. He has removed his lights from his, but we actually, and these are, I'm gonna have to get a smaller screwdriver to remove those lights. These lights have actually been quite nice for doing some night driving here. We'll take care of those later. We'll take care of the big pieces now, but pretty straightforward. Just removing the screws from the bottom. And we'll get at these screws, these 4 screws at the bottom. But yeah, definitely having something more durable for this skid plate front bumper arrangement would be nice. And I'm not sure if these screws are the same size all around, but looks like they are. We'll keep these 2 front ones in order. Separate those from the rear too. And, oh, actually, I shouldn't have taken out those rear 2. Those 2 can go back in. I didn't need to replace, I should have opened up the bag first. So we'll need to screw those back in. Here's the bag for the front and rear lower bumpers, RER 12450, in case you need that part number. And these are not identical front rear, so you will need the right one for whichever one you're replacing. This would be the correct one for us. Put that other one off to the side. So those are smaller screws as well. I'm not sure why they did that. Could have just gone with 2.5 or 2 millimeter, probably 2.5, the beefier ones all the way around. All right. does this come out? Oh, one more screw that goes through the front here into the front diff case. Might have the wrong size driver there. That is in fact a 2mm. I'm not sure why it was making a sound. Okay. All right, and with that, you can see the pins. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. Actually, they're even, yeah, we might even just drop in the sway bar while we have this out. Maybe we'll go ahead and do that. We bought the optional front and rear sway bars. So let us know what you think of this video. Smash that like button if we've earned it. That subscribe button helps us even more. Thanks again for watching, and we will catch you next time.